Hey, check this out. What goes where? You can play a game about where things are supposed to be recycled. And it gives you the item, the straw, the newspaper, whatever. You put it into where it's supposed to go, and it either tells you if you're right or you're not right. Okay, so Masey, this is just like one of the things that all of us can use, but you guys actually do information things just like this, like with the kids in school.
Yeah, so anybody can get online and play that game on our app. It will take you to the game. But we also do information sessions, classes for students. We'll come to your class. Teachers, if you want us to teach about recycling, play some recycling games. We also come to, church groups, book clubs, garden clubs, wherever we're invited and talk about recycling.
All right, we're going to go through a couple of those things without playing the game because we know we got the expert. That's right here. Okay, are Febreze spray cans recyclable?
Yeah, so the Febreze spray cans are not recyclable in your bin at home because they are an aerosol. So if a driver or machinery at the recycling center punctures them or like pushes on them, they could pop and hurt somebody. So aerosol cans are a no. You should take those to household hazardous waste on Patterson Street, and they'll puncture them and recycle them there.
Okay, what about like the Windex bottle that's plastic? You got the big bottle and then you got the little tube thing that goes inside and that you squeeze. Is any part of that recyclable?
That's a plastic bottle. You can recycle that as long as it's empty. The nozzle itself, the spray nozzle, would go in the trash, but the base of the bottle is fine to recycle.
Okay. This person has some fluorescent tube lights, like what you have in your office kind of thing. Where do they recycle those?
Again, those would go to household hazardous waste on Patterson to be disposed of properly.
Okay. This is a good question because a lot of us eat these. Are TV dinner trays recyclable, like from lean cuisine meals?
Okay, so most disposable single-use items, things that you use one time, like plastic cups, plastic dinner trays, those things are not recyclable. So the plastic trays, if it's not a plastic bottle, tub, or jug, throw it away. So that is a no.
That means your Starbucks cup, right, from your cold coffee, which it's all plastic and whatever else, you cannot put that in the recycling bin.
No, you cannot.
Okay. Should the plastic window on an envelope be removed before putting it in the recycle bin?
So that's kind of like the label on the bottle, which I said was planned contamination and you don't have to remove. Same thing with the mail, like the envelopes that you get in the mail, if they have that plastic window. Again, that's planned contamination, and that's not going to be something you have to remove. It's fine to recycle it with the plastic window.
Okay, you don't have to do the extra work there. Is Greensboro recycling different from Guilford County recycling rules?
So it is slightly different. That's why I always say to check with your local municipality, whoever your recycling provider is, for the rules, but they are generally the same. The only thing is glass is different, where Greensboro has the glass drop-off locations. The county's rules may be different there. But throughout the triad, most of these rules are the same.
How about a pizza box?
Yeah, pizza box is recyclable as long as it's not just totally covered in grease and cheese. If it is totally covered in grease and cheese, you can always rip the top off, recycle the top, and throw the greasy bottom in the trash.
What about our takeaway bags, like from McDonald's and stuff?
Yeah, so the paper McDonald's bags, those are one of the few things from a fast food meal that can be recycled.
Okay.
The paper bags are fine, but if it's a plastic bag, then you would have to take that back to the grocery store if you want to recycle it. Don't recycle it at home.
Okay. Thank you so much for all of your expertise. We appreciate you. Stop wish cycling, start recycling. We'll be back at WFMY News 2 at 6.